Hello and welcome to your barn quilt design template. This is where you're going to be building your barn quilt pattern. So when you open up your file, you're going to see the first page has got these pre-sized template shapes on it that you can copy and paste and change around and use for your own purposes. And on the second slide, you can see that I've got it all set up for you to actually build and design your quilt on. I'll show you really quickly how I did that. First, let me close these tools so we can see where we're going here. We're going to go to File and Page Setup. And if I go to Custom, you can see there's all these options here. You can see I've set this for 8 by 8. And then I put all these grid lines on to help you line up all of your shapes to make your patterns. And for that, we go to View and we go to Guides, just like that. So I can get rid of the guides if I don't like them, just by clicking that off. And if I don't like how many guides there are, I can actually change them around too. So, oops, sorry, we're gonna go to Guides and Edit Guides, and you can see all the guides that I've put in place here. So there are vertical ones and horizontal ones. These are the main blocks, and then in the pale gray, I've put in, excuse me, I've put in some softer lines to help you do some finer alignment if you need to. But you can delete any of those at that time if you don't like it. So let's say I'm going to start with this big triangle, which is a really common shape. So I am just going to copy that. And of course I can do Control C if I like, and I'm going to paste it down here onto my grid, and I'm going to move that into the corner to make my first quilt block. Maybe I've decided that I'm going to be using a warm color scheme, so I don't want this color. So I have the object selected. I'm just going to go and change the fill color, and let's make this one a nice bright red. And you'll notice that the line on the outside is not bright red, so you want to make sure you're changing both the line and the fill color. So perhaps I'm happy with that. We can design a second quilt block now. I'm going to take this little guy and I'm going to copy him. Of course, I could use a shortcut if I wanted to. And we're going to paste that guy down here. Paste. And maybe this time, this guy's going to go into the corner, and you can see how those snap to grid lines come to place, which is really helpful, and it lets me know that I'm in the right spot. So I'm just going to Control V and make myself another one of these. And this one, I'm going to pop right in here. Now I can't see all the grid lines that I might need. So here's a little trick too that you can go to. And if I go, I'm selected on my shape. If I come up to Format, and I go to my format options, over here, I can double check my position to make sure I'm in the right spot. So sometimes you'll come and you'll be like, it doesn't look quite right. And if sometimes it'll be like, 1.99. And then it's like, oh, it's in the wrong spot. So you can just come back here and just make it nice and clean whole numbers to make sure that you're in the exact right spot. So that's a handy little trick that can help you out with that. So these two guys, I don't know, I think I'm going to change their color. We're going to go with a warm color scheme. So let's make these guys, let's say orange, and then we'll make the line orange as well. Okay, and I want this one to be the same color, so I have to be careful and remember where I was because I want to repeat my color when I'm making my pattern. All right, so that's not too bad. I've made two little blocks here, but I wanted to have this warm color scheme. So I'm going to use all three warm colors, and something I can do to make my life easier is just to change the background. And so I'm going to come over here and change the background color, and let's just make that a nice sort of, I don't know, let's make it bright yellow because we're really feeling funky. There we go. So now I definitely have a warm color scheme going on. So I've designed two block patterns at this point, but now I've got to do something to fill up my quilt with these. So what I can do is select one, and if I just hold down the Shift button and select the other, I can group these two shapes together and move them and repeat them together. So if I go to Arrange, you'll see here it says Group, and now they'll move as one. So I can select it, copy the whole thing. Nope, not gonna let me do that. Control copy, Control C. Oh, I think you're gonna have to do a part 2 video to show you how to do that. So there'll be 2 videos showing up in your slideshow, one with the basics here, and then I'll show you how to repeat the pattern because I'm gonna run out of time.